Thank you for your service for all those years. You sacrificed your time, and some gave your life. You preserved our freedom by willingly paying the price. Many of you were sent overseas. You were wounded in battle with scars and disease. But courageous and brave, you weathered the storm. You faced every battle with faith and beyond. We honor you with joy for all that you've done. You stood strong for our country, for our daughters and sons. So no one stands alone. We walk hand in hand. Remember, we are with you. Together we shall stand. We salute you today. Hear what we say. Let our words speak eloquently in this special way. On this Memorial Day, let us express our love and thanks for the sacrifice you paid. You served in honor for many years and days, and we will never forget how you were strong and brave.
Thank you. And now, Lake Town Lutheran Church lay minister Mary Ann will give us an address.
Again, welcome. Thank you for coming to honor those that have gone before us. Thank you for your service that you have provided to us. Memorial Day, celebrate veterans of our armed services. People from all branches were willing to lay down their lives on the line for the protection and safety of others. 9/11 illustrated that war has dramatically changed, and so the list of heroes has increased. Today, I also want to bring in front of our remembrance and prayers people who serve our nation's cities as first responders. They are truly heroes who lay their lives down for this country. What makes a hero? Someone with the courage to face their fears, to do the right thing, the needed thing, even when they don't want to, especially when they don't want to. I think back 2,000 years to another battle, which was fought on a hill called Calvary. It was a battle of one man against all the forces of evil. It seemed like a hopeless struggle as Jesus Christ took on Satan single-handed. I can't imagine the inner struggle which must have been taking place in his soul, just like the inner struggles that our young must have faced when must have had when faced with the evil of war. If we are to be strong spiritually, it will be through him. Thousands today are finding a new meaning of life through Jesus. They are learning to say with confidence, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. We can best keep faith with those who have gone before us by keeping faith with ourselves, with our highest ideals, and with God. I work with a hospice team, and they meet with their clients who have served in the military, honor them with a medal ceremony. It might last just a few minutes, but it's so meaningful for that person and their families. Families will bring in pictures and medals that were earned, and you can see the pride in their eyes. In this ceremony, we give thanks for their serving and their dedication to keeping our country and its citizens safe by leaving their family, their home, their life, not for fame, not for recognition, to answer call to service. We honor the person to remind us that they have traveled all those miles away from what they knew to protect this nation, that their unselfish gift allows us to continue to live in the freedom that they protected yesterday. But these heroes are the first to remind you that they are not the heroes. The heroes are the ones that didn't make it home to their families. Price of freedom is high. We cannot afford to forget those that were willing to sacrifice everything to stand in the gap and defend America. Our veterans have answered our call time and time again, from our war for independence to Korea, to Vietnam, to Iraq, and every conflict in between. Our battles, our victories, our way of life are owed not to the great moments or the important dates, but to the action and sacrifice of our veterans who are willing to step into the trenches for their country and fight for the cause of freedom. We will continue to draw strength from those who have come before us as our legacy is passed to our shoulders, as we continue to fight for the injustice. For us today, may we too thank all veterans for the sacrifices they've made and their willingness to serve our country. They endured hardship, and they were willing to risk their life to maintain our freedom. I wish we could present a medal to let all veterans know that their service to the nation is deeply appreciated, and we thank them. We thank the families who have watched their child go out to serve this great country. We pray for inner peace and comfort to those families whose loved ones never came home. May we remember on this Memorial Day not just the long weekend, vacation, the picnics. May we, as we are with our loved ones, remember the ones who didn't make it home and give thanks for all that you have because of the freedom they defended. God bless you today and tomorrow, and until we meet again, I thank you for coming, and may you have a blessed day.
Thank you. Amanda Nissen will now give the roll call of departed veterans.
Harvey L. Anderson, Larry Anderson, Leon Armstrong, Ray E. Armstrong, Jared DeBar, Laverne Pat Berriger, Terry Francis Beebe, James Eugene Bent, Carlos Bergeron, James M. E. Bergeron, John R. Jack Bergen, David Bergstrom, Joseph Blair, Dale Booth, George Booth, Howard Booth, Eli F. Bernizer, Richard Bernizer, Russell Bernizer, Vernon Card, Anthony O'Neill Cherry, Steve Chenard, Stanley C. Christopherson, Alpheus Crawford, Jason Curtis, Melvin David Saver, Charles Davis, Levi Davis, Rollo Dimmer Sr., Raleigh Dimmers Jr., Thomas Moore Dodd, Dwayne Doolittle, Ralph J. Doolittle, Theodore Doty, John V. DeRusha, Lawrence DeRusha, John W. Edwards, Harvey Emerson, George Emery, Lawrence Fisk, Albert Fors, Jacob Furrier, Anthony Goulet, Russell Hatch, Curtis Hanson, Lloyd L. Hanson, Bill Hazel, Alice Hurley. Alice Hurley was born in 1920 in Wolf Creek, where she spent her early years, including a few years at the school next door. Her family moved to St. Croix Falls, where she graduated from high school in the class of 1937. She attended and graduated from the Polk County Teacher School and taught school in Osceola and Frederick. When the U.S. entered World War II, the Navy created the WAVE, a women's military wing to work in non-combat roles. Alice joined in 1944 and served 2 years. The Navy trained her in office work, and after her time in the Navy, she continued with office work, making a career at 3M. Alice died in 2009 and is buried with her family in the grave just behind me that is filled with lilies of the valley from her parents' home. Only last year did we find out that she was in service, so this year we recognize her for her service. We believe that she is the only woman veteran buried here. Raoul L. Johnson, Glenn Jones, Leonard H. Jones, M. Van Kuren, Manifold Crook, August Kurtz, Elvin T. Legou, Andrew Legou, Edwin Legou, Eddie R. Legou, John Legou, David LaFont, Russell Linden, Russell Little, Samuel Love, Glenn Lucken, Cameron McDermott, Ronald C. McDermott, Samuel Mack, Dennis Leon Mariette, Douglas J. Mariette, John Richard Martin, Paul Martinez, Albert McLean, Louis A. McPherson, Herman Menke Jr., Marvin Mishler, Eugene R. Moore, John Moses, Emil Nelson, Ted Nelson, Tracy J. Nelson, Roger Neufeld, Walter Neufeld, Garth Leroy Newby, Charles H. P. Nick, A.C. Nyman, Eugene L. Olson, Jack Owen, Michael Owen, Terrace G. Owen, Louis Peck, Russell Peck, Wilmer Peck, Donald Peterson, Edwin Peterson. Got out of alphabetical order a bit here. Davila A. Hazel, Roger N. Heaton, Shadwell Hinton, Roy Hofstedler, Clinton M. Iverson, Jack D. Iverson, John Iverson, Vernon Leroy Iverson, William Iverson, Richard D. Jasper, Vernon Jensen, Clifford Johnson, Earl H. Johnson, James W. Johnson, Paul Johnson, Vernon Johnson, Edward Peterson, Richard Peterson, Wayne A. Peterson, David Rainey, John Jacob Rainey, Thomas Rainey, Wilhelm Ramstrom, John Rice, Tungsten Rice, Charles F. Rogers, Jim Rush, Gordon D. Stage, David Allen Swanson, Russell Trombley, John Walker, John Day Whitaker, John T. Whidbey, Henry Worth.
The Sergeant at Arms will now deposit a wreath on the grave of our departed comrades as a token of our enduring memory. Thank you for joining us today in our Memorial Day service and honoring those veterans, who served and did not survive. We hope that you have a wonderful day.